What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before this video starts, I want to make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment down below for any more video suggestions you guys want. This video was suggested to me by Chrex in my Discord server. So you guys want to suggest videos that you guys want me to make, tutorials, this, that, and the other, and get help on video editing and so much more, make sure to join my Discord server. It will be linked down below. Anyway, let's get right into this video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my thumbnails and how to make thumbnails in general. This is going to be a very generic intro because thumbnails can be made anyway. It's just, this is how I do mine, and hopefully you guys do learn something off of this video. So let's get right into it. So for starters, I just pull in a background I enjoy. Mind you, this screen is 1280 by 720. That's the size for thumbnails on YouTube. So if you guys want a thumbnail on YouTube, make sure you set your Photoshop to 1280 by 720. So now I'm gonna make it really easy for this theme of this thumbnail. Mind you, this will be the thumbnail that we're actually making for this video, so you guys are gonna be able to see it before this video is done. So I want to blur this background because the background is not gonna be the focus. So when you're blurring backgrounds in Photoshop, you want to go over to filter and go to blur, not blur gallery, because those are a different type of blur. You want to go to regular blur, and I'm gonna pick Gaussian blur. I'm gonna blur it about this much because this is about 6.8 pixels, because we're not going to use most of the screen at all. And now we're going to move over to using the border. Now for the border, I just make it a generic thickness. It's about the same time. I just guess. I don't copy because I feel like copying it over is kind of just annoying for me. It messes with my workflow. So I'm gonna go like this. They're all about the same size. Maybe this one's a little bit too thick, so I just make it a little less. Move it up like that. And that's our border. Now to make the border better, I'm gonna merge all these shapes together. Once I merge these shapes together, I'm gonna go over here. Actually, I'm gonna go and take the opacity down. So when I take the opacity down, do that. I'm gonna go over to drop shadow. When I drop shadow, it makes a shadow on the inside. I'm gonna make the distance just spread like that. I'm gonna change the angle. I want it to come in on all sides almost. All right, make the size like this. And now we're also gonna add an outer glow to it. I think the glow I'm gonna pick for this thumbnail is red. Do like that. Up the opacity, up the size so it blends in a little bit. And actually, let's change it. Let's just see what blue looks like real quick. No, red is what I'm going for. So we're gonna make it red. And there is the border. So now that I finished the border, of course, I'm gonna have to start putting in the things to make this thumbnail look good. I have to fill up the space. So I'm gonna go over to my files real quick, and I'm gonna go into some of my previous thumbnails, because, you know, making thumbnails, you want to show off your thumbnails. So I'm just gonna throw in a couple of my thumbnails, gonna size them. This is not the permanent sizing, of course. I'm just gonna grab a few of my thumbnails, throw them in here real quick. So now I've done all that, I'm actually gonna merge these thumbnails together because I'm gonna do something a little bit special with this. I'm gonna merge these layers. Oh, merge the wrong layer actually. I'm gonna merge these layers. So now all these are one item. I'm gonna add a drop shadow to this. We're actually gonna change the angle downwards. That kind of the distance like this much. Keep the opacity maxed out. We're gonna bring the size in all the way, and we're gonna add a slight outer glow to this. We're gonna make the glow white. We're gonna take down the opacity of it, and also gonna take down the size, so it's only glowing this much. Yeah, and so that's what we're doing for the thumbnail section. So now all those are there. We're actually gonna now blur this as well, because we don't, these are my thumbnails, but we don't want them as the main focus. So like I said, we don't want these thumbnails as the main focus. So I'm gonna hop over to Gaussian blur and blur these out as well. And these are actually blurred out a lot less because we want people to obviously know what I'm editing. But we're gonna actually up the glow because I want it to glow a little bit more when I'm adding this blur. And that's perfect. So now we're gonna move over to picking my font for the thumbnail. So now that I picked my font, I picked the font dense letters. So I'm making this one, I'm just figuring out sizing at this point. I think I want thumbnails here, and I'll put a how-to above. But first I want to make this the center point and make this black, because we're going to do a cool little layering thing you guys are going to see in a second. So I Control C, and now Control V, or sorry, and then add another text, Control V. Make sure, what's the size, 33.56. We're gonna make this one also 33.56. You can either type this in or find it, 33.56. So now we have another 33.56 test layer saying thumbnails. Grab that. We're gonna make this one white, or whatever your desired color you want it to be. Grab it. Now we're gonna move it above this layer. And white seems a little bit too harsh. How about we put something that sticks out a lot? Not green, not yellow, not red. Some type of blue? No, maybe I was right with the white one. Alright, so we're gonna make it white then. And so now you see it, like the background of it is just slightly black in the back. And now we're gonna go rasterize these layers. Or sorry, convert to smart object, rasterize, and now they're together. Pull this over here. We're gonna add a slight inner shadow. Gonna pull the choke back and pull the size back. Make the distance like this. Add a drop shadow to it, and add another outer glow to that as well. So now after that, it just comes up to personal preference. You guys are gonna get a quick little time lapse of me just figuring out what I want to do with the rest of this thumbnail. You're gonna see how it looks at the end. And like that, this is the finished thumbnail. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to join my Discord server linked in the description down below. If you guys have any more questions or need more tutorials done, make sure to comment it, or in my Discord server, comment it in the suggestions tab. And like I said at the beginning of this video was brought to you by Chrex, who suggested this in my Discord server. And if you guys like, subscribe, comment down below. If you need any more help, make sure to comment, and see you guys next time on the channel. Peace.